as Polar was down there on the ground pissing himself, he says to me the famous words I hear in every war. He says, "You gotta save us, Montgomery." As I said, the first thing I'm gonna do to save the 1st Marine Division is kill your incompetent fucking ass. And I reached in and I grabbed his 1911 out of his holster and I put it down his fucking throat. And I pulled that goddamn trigger. "Hello, my name is Master Gunnery Sergeant Montgomery Fitzgerald, United States Marine Corps retired. I'm a 3-time Medal of Honor recipient and combat veteran of 3 wars, of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. I got my Medals of Honor because I had to save the 1st Marine Division, because they like to do a lot of stupid fucking shit. I used to tell my Marines, if you're gonna miss, it's best to miss low. At least the strike of the round to walk you on to the target. And secondly, you have a chance to kick up secondary fragmentation into the enemy's face. The 1911 is the best damn pistol that's ever been made. That's a .45 caliber. That's before they started making that millimeter shit. Millimeter is when we started losing wars, going communist. But I'm gonna tell you today about the time I got my 2nd Medal of Honor in Korea. We were there in the frozen Chosin, so we were surrounded by 4 Chinese divisions. To the north, the south, to the east, and the other direction. I lost my fingers to frostbite in Korea. And I walked up to Chesty Polar, the 1st female infantryman. The biggest disgrace that's ever been on the battlefield, don't you ever forget it. He's a giant coward. I can't believe he became a general officer. So I walked right up to Polar and I said, "Polar!" And he said, "Excuse me, Corporal Fitzgerald, why are you talking to me like that?" And I said, "Polar! I need you to get your goddamn hands out of your fucking pockets." And he said, "Montgomery, a Marine with cold hands and empty pockets is a damn fool." And I said, "You're a goddamn fool. Now I want you to listen well, you yellow son of a bitch. We're surrounded by 4 Chinese divisions. And I need you to get your hands out of your goddamn pockets and get them on the receiver of that .50 caliber and start laying waste, because they're coming down on us." And upon hearing that, you know what he did? Curled up into a little ball and pissed himself. That's why we all called him Pisty Polar, Screwy Louie, Bitch Tits Polar, that's what we all called him. Don't you ever forget it. And as Polar was down there on the ground pissing himself, he says to me the famous words I hear in every war. He says, "You gotta save us, Montgomery." As I said, the first thing I'm gonna do to save the 1st Marine Division is kill your incompetent fucking ass. And I reached in and I grabbed his 1911 out of his holster and I put it down his fucking throat. And I pulled that goddamn trigger. And click! Goddamn gun wasn't even loaded. And I took that pistol and I said, "You are a fucking disgrace, Polar." And I threw that pistol and pistol whipped him across his face and gave him a fucked up lip for the rest of his life. Now his lip looks like that. It's like that. So once again, I had to save the 1st Marine Division. So I took myself, my 1911, the M1 Grand, best goddamn weapon ever made. And I went to the north and I took out the 1st Chinese Division. And I went down to the east and I took out the other Chinese tank corps with an E-tool. And I'd get up on the top of those tanks and their little heads would pop out like a damn whack-a-mole and I'd be swinging like Joe DiMaggio, just chink, chink, chink. After I took out the Chinese mechanized corps, I went down to the other direction and took all those Chinamen out with my 1911. Best damn pistol ever made, don't you ever forget it. And then I went down south and I took out the Chinese Air Corps with a signaling mirror. And that's how I got my 2nd Medal of Honor in Korea.